opportunities. Easily sort and search through a variety of job openings from local employers. When you're ready for a new job, we're here to help. Start your job search today at ourquadcitiesjobs.com.
It's got to be made right. Morning, noon, or night, it's got to be made right. Made right.
Get your forecast first on Local 4 News. Every newscast, every day. Your local pinpoint forecast on Local 4 News. Local for you.
I'm bad.
You're stronger than you know.
So strong.
You power through chronic migraine. 15 or more headache or migraine days a month.
One tough mother.
You're bad enough for Botox. Botox has been preventing headaches and migraines before they even start for almost 10 years and is the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. Botox is for adults with chronic migraine. 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Go on with your bad self. You may pay as little as $0 for Botox. Ask your doctor about Botox for chronic migraine.
You got this.
We're in Nashville with the CMA's Red Hot Couples. Next, ET.
And now, here is your forecast first with meteorologist Ash Simpson.
Good morning. We are starting off nice and cool out there. Temperatures nowhere near as bad as the past several mornings, though. Still hanging on to the 20s in Maquoketa and Galena, sitting at 20, 30 in the Quad Cities, and 31 in Burlington. We do have a lot of cloud cover out there this morning, trapping in the heat, giving us that mild start. But as we go through the day, more sunshine is expected with some light winds. And we'll see it cool down for one more night tonight before it warms up quite a bit this weekend. All that's coming up in your forecast right here on Local 4 News this morning.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Redrick Terry.
And I'm Alexandria Camoni. Thanks for waking up with us on Local 4 News this morning. Well, a monthly roundtable discussion on issues in our area continues today. The construction of the new I-74 bridge is making progress, and many businesses and city leaders are preparing for the increased traffic it'll bring.
And it means more than just traffic on the roads. It means more people passing through the Quad Cities. Two cities that, of course, will see the biggest impact are Bettendorf and Moline. And as the roads change, so do the landscapes of those cities. New businesses are already looking to take advantage of the growth, with more on the way. Now, this morning, we're speaking with city leaders and business owners about the benefits as well as the challenges that come along with that growth.
Yeah, now Local 4 News Director Mike Mickle is leading that discussion for us this morning. So we're going to go ahead and send things out to him. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Alexandria. Good morning, Redrick. And I want you all to just take a look at this distinguished table full of guests that we have here today as we talk about business after the bridge. But you know, some of it's already happening right now. We're going to let you get to know each of the people here. I'm going to start right here and have you give us your name and tell us what your title is, please.
Yes, my name is Melissa Friedhoff-Rogers, and my title is Director of Mercado and Fifth.
Great.
Good morning, Bob Gallagher, Mayor of the City of Bettendorf.
Good morning, Mike. Jeff Ryder, Economic Development for the City of Bettendorf.
Alexandra Elias, President and CEO of Renew Moline.
Jeff Manus with the Moline Center, downtown Moline.
Morning, Dale Owen with the Central Credit Union.
Welcome to all of you, and thank you for getting up so early and coming here. We're looking forward to the conversation. You know, as we talk about business after the bridge, it's really already taking place. We're already seeing some cool things happening. Mayor, let's start with you. Talk to me about what's going on in your city.
Well, as you can tell, thanks to Dale and his folks at Essentra, they have a great building in downtown Bettendorf they're now moved into. That's kind of one of the cornerstones. The other one is the Bridges Lofts, and both are starting to spur development in downtown. So across the street from the Bridges, we've now given the go-ahead to a 65,000 square foot, 4-story retail and commercial office building that'll continue to spur development in the corridor. So we'll look forward to seeing many new projects on State and Grand Street throughout the Bettendorf corridor as we reshape and revitalize our downtown into a destination for entertainment and living.
You know, Jeff, as I drive through there and I think back to 2-3 years ago, how different it already looks, and you guys are just beginning.
Yeah, as you know, we have flown some drones over downtown just to kind of track the progress over time, and it's very interesting just to go back and look from just a couple years ago. But, you know, as many small speed bumps as there are today, the progress is happening now, and it makes the finish line look that much sweeter. So
let's jump across the river right now. Let's talk about Moline. Moline's not being left in the dust by any means. You guys are really on the grow over there as well. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, we have a lot of exciting things going on downtown Moline. The Access Hotel recently opened, which is just a fabulous addition. The IH Mississippi Valley Credit Union recently opened, so those are two great additions to our downtown. We're also starting to look at some public spaces that may be created from the new bridge. Right now, you can see if you're on Fifth Avenue that Fifth Avenue won't go through east of the bridge anymore, and so there's kind of a terminus there that could become part of a public space or a park or something like that. So we're starting to look at those areas, and we're working on a public art master plan. We just signed a contract yesterday with a consulting firm, so we're super excited about the potential for public art to really enhance our downtown.
That's great. You know, we're having to learn how to get around the Quad Cities again with all the detours and all the changes, and I'm anxious to see what it's going to look like once everything is completed. But we continue to see more people coming to downtown Moline just based on the events and stuff that you guys have there, Jeff. You're seeing more and more visitors.
But most certainly, we're definitely still doing our part to draw people into our downtown, and I certainly know Bettendorf's doing their part in a major way as well with the newly adopted SMID and Ryan Jancy heading that up. But yeah, we're still on pace, on course to bring all these wonderful events to downtown Moline. Like, for example, not this weekend, but the following, we have Lighting on the Commons. It's a 23-year-old tradition for downtown Moline that really activates and starts the holiday season. And if it's not that, it's our Thursday night summer concert series, and the list goes on. So it's come to downtown Moline. It's a lot of fun.
You and I have spoken about that, and that summer concert series, I think, is one of the best events in the Quad Cities. I mean, you see young single adults there, you see young families there, and the kids playing in the fountain on a warm day, which doesn't that sound nice right now? And then you see senior citizens in their lawn chairs out there. So it really does just bring in people from all ages.
Yeah, it sure has grown over the years. And we're looking forward to folding in some exciting new ways to program that and all the momentum behind it. On a Thursday night, I feel like it kind of starts the weekend, and then from there, I always encourage people then on Friday night to go to Mercado on 5th, which is really, talk about momentum. I just happened to be at the first one just by circumstance. I saw a food vendor right there on Fifth Avenue, I was hungry for tacos. I pulled in, asked Mariana Onaveras what was going on, and at that time, like I said, there was maybe 10, 15 people there. Now it's grown into thousands of people, and it's one of the most incredible I guess events or community and cultural experiments happening here in the Quad Cities. So
I don't think there's ever a day that I'm not hungry for tacos.
No.
So you're speaking my language when you say that.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Exactly. Talk to me about the thought process that goes into Mercado One.
Sure. Mercado was started as a passion project of the Ontiveros family, Bob and Maria Ontiveros, and was started in 2016. And we have experienced a 900% growth over the past 4 years. We hosted over 20,000 people with the season we just wrapped up. And that's over a course of about 18 days. So the first year there was 1 taco truck. This last year we had 8. We had over 25 vendors between retail and food. So we really have helped launch those entrepreneurs. We've started over 20 minority-owned businesses over that course of that time. So lots of great stuff.
Not only giving us great food and some great entertainment and some enjoyment, but then providing employment as well, providing an income for some people.
Yes, many jobs have been created as a result of Mercado.
Did you foresee it growing this quickly?
I went in the first year too. I don't think I anticipated the tremendous growth, the huge growth that it's experienced, but it just has a vibrancy and an energy that I think attracts every part of the community, multi-generational, multicultural. It's just an energy that I think everyone wants to be a part of.
I would agree with that as well. One of the biggest champions for downtown Bettendorf and the Quad Cities as well is sitting right here beside me, Dale Owen with the Central Credit Union. Talk to me about this beautiful new facility that you have in downtown.
Yeah, we're certainly very proud to now have that location open in the downtown, and it was just a beautiful collaboration with our organization, other downtown business owners, the city, of course, and making it as impactful as it could be, trying to do our project and also make sure other projects came online, working in our existing facility with the agreement with the city so we can help them turn that into the next best thing for the downtown. Just a beautiful collaboration in a number of ways.
Do we have any hints as to what that former building's going to be yet?
There's Jeff.
We did put out an RFP. We got a bid. We're pretty excited about the opportunity. It'll probably come available here in the next week or so, but a nice amenity, a nice new opportunity for downtown that repurposes a building that has good bones. So we're pretty excited.
You just tap danced all around that without telling me what it's going to be, didn't you?
Clearly.
You're like it. I'm going to like it.
Yeah, I know you well enough to know.
All right, you know me well enough to know that I'm going to like it. Anytime I see development there that in our Quad Cities, I enjoy it, and I just am amazed at what all we have going on there. We have plenty more to talk about, so don't go anywhere. Yeah, Jeff, we're here for an hour, so you're going to have to stick around. But in the meantime, I'm going to send it back into the studio to my favorite morning news team. Hi, guys.
Thanks, Mike. We'll check in with you in just a little bit. Already a good start to that discussion, and nice that everybody there is sitting around a nice warm table with some nice warm coffee, because that's what you need to start the day today.
Oh, for sure. It's a cold one out there, Ash, but thankfully it's hopefully getting better very, very soon.
Yeah, we do think that things will be warming up as we go through the weekend. This morning, cloud cover outside actually keeping it a lot more mild than it has been the past couple of days out there. Temperatures by and large in the 20s and 30s. So we're trying to hang on to 30 in the Quad Cities and Moline specifically, where it feels like it's 25. The wind's nowhere near as strong as yesterday either. It feels like 24 in Davenport. With that wind not as strong and some sunshine expected this afternoon, I do expect it'll be a better day than yesterday, but temperature-wise, not a whole lot warmer. We had a cold front move through yesterday that's really just going to kind of put a chokehold here on the temperatures. We're only going to be able to get up to the lower 30s this afternoon. Then tonight, a nice chilly night for us as well. So 32 today, light winds out there, actually feeling like 32 for a lot of the day. And then tonight to the teens. But that's before we do get back to the 40s for the weekend, guys.
All right, we'll take the 40s, that's for sure. That sounds pretty good at this point, as a matter of fact.
Any kind of warmer we can get is a good day.
Exactly. All right, coming up, our conversation continues on how the I-74 bridge project will impact businesses in the Quad Cities.
The time now is 6:11. You're watching Local 4 News this morning.
WHBF is local for you with Redrick Terry, Alexandria Ikamoni, and meteorologist Ash Simpson. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition. Local 4 News over coffee is brought to you by Made Right.
Dear road rivals, I hope you like second place, because first place is all mine. You see, AMCI testing certified that I have better traction up steep hills than the Honda CR-V. I'm a stickler for really good traction, and I won't let go of my grip on first place anytime soon. Sorry, not sorry. RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
You work hard and now you've been hurt on the job. You're not looking to take advantage of the situation, you simply want the benefits you deserve. Call the law firm with the experience, resources, and knowledge to fight for what you're entitled to. Remember, it's often between you and the insurance company, not your employer. Put a workers' compensation law firm on your side. Call Hupia and Abraham, 800-800-5678.
Don't wait to get local news and headlines. Get updated information from the Local 4 News team on Alexa anytime you want. Go to ourquadcities.com to learn more. Get it now.
It's got to be made right. Morning, noon, or night, it's got to be made right. Made right.
And
shopping at Goods Furniture, be sure to visit our Wine Cellar restaurant. It's the perfect place to meet and enjoy good friends and family. Indulge in a delicious piece of homemade pie. Goods Wine Cellar Restaurant in Kewanee, Illinois.
Hurry into Menards to get 11% off soft new carpet.
Or get 11% off a sleek new shower.
Why not shake things up and get 11% off paint?
Customize with the Clearview Kitchen and get 11% off.
Deck the halls and save 11% off everything in the Enchanted Forest. No matter what you're working on, you'll get 11% off right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Find news that's local for you on Facebook.
Welcome back to Local 4 News Over Coffee. We are at the Made Right at 53rd and Jersey Ridge in Davenport. I am Mike Mickle, and I am joined by some friendly faces around here and some people who are making a big difference in our community as we talk about business after the bridge. You know, we're already seeing the development really kind of pop up in Moline and also in Bettendorf, and one of the guys that's been behind a lot of the success in Bettendorf, Reverend Dale Owen from Centra. Dale, how are you?
Great, great.
Talk to me about this new facility and what all of your housing in it. I've driven past it. I haven't walked in it yet.
Yeah, so it houses certainly the heart of our organization, a lot of our back office support staff as a full-service branch. But also we partner with the Downtown Bettendorf organization. Ryan Janzi has an office there. And then we have two business partners, Britta Keys with First Community Trust and Lee with CUNA, our Liberty Insurance and partner there.
It's a great example of kind of private and the community coming together, the city coming together.
Yeah, also on the first floor we have a great collaboration space. We call it the Lensmeyer Learning Center in honor to our late CEO, Paul Lensmeyer, and a tribute to our foundation and a nice tribute to them to him in that room, and that room's getting utilized very regularly, and it's a perfect meeting space for a lot of other community organizations to come in and help us collaborate to make the downtown all the better.
Oh, that's great. Mayor, when you hear this and you see this going on, well, what goes through your mind? You're going to be happy about this.
Well, I think we learned not only from our friends in Moline about how to take a look at a downtown partnership and get the business owners together, but we've seen this collaborative effort from those folks who want to build in Bettendorf. People who are building not only physical spaces that communities can use, but working together to bring about positive change and create the kind of downtown that they all want to see too. This is their home place for business, or maybe it's a branch down the street of a different kind of business. It's where some folks will be living in apartments and condos, and those owners are coming together to be part of that picture that we're creating in downtown Bettendorf. And that's really exciting. This is a great time to be in downtown Bettendorf or Moline as these changes happen, to be a part of what comes next and have your voice heard.
You know, one of the most encouraging things I think in my years of working with the Chamber is hearing how the communities are having conversations. We don't need 2 tax slayer centers. We don't need 2 TBK sports centers, and finding those unique venues that can be in each of the communities that make us stronger as a whole. So what's the focus in Moline right now?
Well, I think since you mentioned the Chamber, we do work in a group of downtown organizations that come together kind of under the Chamber banner to partner on different activities and things and making sure that we're kind of all coordinated. But I do think that when our downtowns are healthy together, our communities are healthier, and I think there is a fair amount of considering all of our downtowns as a unit, and that the health of one represents the health of another. So, for example, we're partnering with the Chamber on a housing study that Davenport had done previously, but we're working with some of the other communities to add in a look at what are the housing needs downtown in some of those other communities. So I think we'll really come away with a good strategy and a good idea of what's needed from a housing standpoint. We're really trying to capitalize, as the mayor said, on some of the trends of young people and older folks, empty nesters living downtown, and I think to the extent that we can create opportunities for them to live, work, and play, we certainly want to do that. So that's really our focus.
Boy, I love hearing that. You know, in my business, we have a lot of fresh out of college students coming to work for us at WHBF, and they're always looking for places to live, and they want to get out and enjoy the community. They want to get to know where they live. This is their first job out of college for many of them, and they're coming to the Quad Cities for the first time. And we want to make sure that they stay here because they're finding affordable housing, a cool place to live, and fun things to do, and it sounds like that's really a focus.
Yeah, and I think the programming work that Jeff and Moline Center do, and Melissa through the Mercado do in our downtown is such a natural complement to what Renew works on, and really is such a necessary part of creating a full experience downtown.
We've got a lot more to talk about, but I'm getting a wrap right now. So, Ash, that must mean that you were ready to give us the forecast.
I am. Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. It's been cold around here recently, traveling on the bridge or otherwise. Temperatures actually broke a few records on Monday and Tuesday. We had the low record broken there on Monday, and then the record low and the record cold high on Tuesday. And then yesterday, things warmed up ever so slightly, 31 degrees. A big woohoo here in the middle of November when temperatures are supposed to be right around 50. That been nowhere close to that recently. You don't need me to tell you that, but technically it is still meteorological autumn, so it is supposed to be warmer. We are going to warm up as we go through the weekend and through next week as well, but unfortunately, the below average weather looks like it is here to stay with us. Good news as you're stepping out of the door this morning is the cloud cover overnight has trapped in a lot of the heat that we had from yesterday. And I use heat as a very loose term because it was not very warm at all yesterday, but this morning it doesn't feel too bad, especially compared to the past couple of mornings. You can see it is 15 in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That's because the skies are a lot more clear the further west you go. So that heat, the shortwave radiation there left the atmosphere, and that's why it cooled down so much. And those are the clear skies that are on the way for us today. That means sunshine. Lots of sunshine on the way for us, especially by the afternoon. But the winds do stay out of the north. So temperature-wise, not going to be a whole lot warmer than yesterday, but a couple good things for us today. The winds will be lighter and there'll be more sunshine. So not a bad day when you kind of chalk it up, especially compared to Monday, Tuesday. Temperature-wise, we do get back to the 40s as soon as tomorrow. Sunshine helps with that a little bit, plus the winds won't be directly out of the north by Friday. We'll see some more south wind, especially building in for Saturday and Sunday. So slowly trying to get up there into the lower 40s this weekend. It will come with a chance for a little bit of precipitation by Sunday. But at this point, not worried about accumulation. 32 is our high temperature for today. Very similar to yesterday, but like I said, that light wind and the sunshine makes a difference. Tonight, a pretty chilly night as we drop down to the teens, and temperatures will be back to the 40s all through the weekend, and most of next week actually gets up to 45 by Tuesday. Coming up next, our conversation over coffee continues, how the extended I-74 bridge construction is impacting cities along the river. You're watching Local 4 News.
Don't let your work environment define you. You define your office space with All Makes Office Furniture. Discover over 70,000 square feet of new and used furniture, value priced and perfect for large corporations or the smallest business. Plus, with a dedicated showroom, All Makes is your locally inspired Honda dealership.
For over 40 years, we have been providing the Quad Cities with the best furniture at unbelievable prices.
All Makes Office Furniture, Moline.
We love it. The mini split is awesome. It helps with the heat in the wintertime and does a great job in the summertime, keeping that attic cold. They clean up, they respect our home. They go above and beyond. They do a good job.
At Doug's, your comfort is guaranteed. We clean up any mess we create. And our Mitsubishi mini split systems can be installed anywhere because they do not need air ducts to operate.
Doug's Heating and Air.
Your local pinpoint forecast is on the Quad Cities' greatest hits, the new Kit 1049.
Get 50% off original MSRP at the Quad Cities Truck Center, Green Buick GMC. 50% off on over 300 trucks in stock, including the Quad Cities' largest diesel fleet. Yes, 50% off a 2016 Ford F-150 4x4 with FX4 package. Take 36% off a 17 Sierra SLT 4x4 with all-terrain X package. Or how about 35% off a 17 Sierra Denali 4x4? Get the best selection of trucks at the Quad Cities Truck Center, Green Buick GMC, driving the Quad Cities for over 28 years.
Gotta go morning, noon, or night, it's got to be made right. Made right at the Made Right Diner, we're waiting for you. We got breakfast, lunch, and dinner too. And it's got to be made right. It's always fresh, it's always fun, and there's something here for everyone. And it's got to be made right. Morning, noon, or night, it's got to be made right.
Portions of Local 4 News are brought to you by American Family Insurance.
Hi again, everybody, and good morning. I'm Redrick Terry.
And I'm Alexandria Camoni. Thanks for waking up with us on Local 4 News this morning. We continue our conversation this morning about the new I-74 bridge project. Now, from last winter's snow to this spring's flooding, delays have been an issue for construction in the past year.
Yeah, and with snow and sub-freezing temperatures already, more delays could be ahead this winter, and that means a longer wait to see the benefits of the bridge. Business owners who are waiting for its completion are feeling the headache of that extended construction as well. That is the topic for this morning's Local 4 News Over Coffee, and it continues at the Made Right in Davenport this morning. Local 4 News Director Mike Mickle is leading that conversation. For the continuation of it, we send it out to him. Hi, Mike. Good morning.
Good morning, Redrick. Good morning, Alexandria. And good morning to all of you. Welcome to Local 4 News Over Coffee. We are currently at the Made Right at 53rd and Jersey Ridge. We've got a great group here talking about the positive things that we're seeing going on in our community, specifically in Moline and in Bettendorf. And I'm going to talk to my friend Jeff Ryder. You're not busy at all, are you? That little TBK center that you've got in the north part of your city, and then what you've got going on downtown?
Yeah, we're blessed to have the development, the growth that we do have right now. It's a great time to be in Bettendorf and the Quad Cities. Busy, yes, but you know, I think we've been able to remain very nimble in our planning processes. It allows us to adapt to a lot of this growth in ways we never have dealt with before. You know, when you're looking at urban planning, Bettendorf and downtown have really not had to look into contemporary urban planning for a while. So we're really trying to remain nimble in downtown, but also deal to the north with facilities like the TBK Bank Sports Complex that, you know, it's really a city in and of itself on every weekend. And the management of that, from just roads and infrastructure and traffic flow and public safety, it keeps us on our toes. But again, you just have to be malleable. And if you want the good, cool, new growth that makes us an awesome region, you really have to work with people. So we're doing our best.
I just remember the initial conversations about that. And then when it started, I don't think anybody could believe how quickly that huge complex went up.
Right. Yeah, I think the fact that we have Mr. Mayor here is laughing a little bit. It was quite an expeditious process. It was an expeditious process, a developer that really wanted to stick to his timeline. It's great, but in fact, it is something that came very, very fast. And by being nimble in our planning processes and acting on permits that came very, very quickly, it allowed us to keep on schedule and to be able to turn that thing around in a year when most opportunities like this take about 3 years to construct. It was really something.
Well, it seems like every couple of weeks, and I know that's an exaggeration, but it feels like it, Mayor, when you drive past there, oh, there's a new business out here now. I mean, there's a lot of growth around that center now.
Yeah, that was part of the planning. We knew that if we were able to put the type of quality youth sports complex together, you would have the businesses and the hotels come join it. And $38 million of economic development next to and on site, that TBK Sports Complex is already there. So you're going to look for a couple of corporate hubs coming up. You've got 2 new buildings going up right there. And I think you're going to have some excellent opportunities on those other 3 of the 4 corners at Middle Road and Forest Grove.
Mike, I'm sorry, can I put a quick plug in?
Sure.
The really cool thing about that complex and what it's done, obviously the tourism impact, but if you look at all those businesses that are neighboring there, they're the local entrepreneurs and business owners that are taking a huge risk. And you'll see the big chains coming and the major franchises, I believe, but it's really cool to see our local investment, our local business owners being the ones to dabble their toe in the water first. It was really neat.
QC Coffee Hound has been in Bettendorf for quite some time. You know, they've just been farther down the street, and now to see them out there as well.
But they haven't moved. That's the other positive, right? They're keeping those locations and adding. This isn't about moving businesses from one city to the other because of the new happening. So that I think, to your point, that's also a fantastic thing.
I really don't want to underestimate that. It's really cool to see the local investors taking that risk. It's been awesome.
Freshie and Red's Threads just opened last week. You've got the Foundry that are out there, Oscar's Bar. I mean, those are all local kids. All, I say kids. Sorry if I offended those guys. They're all friends, but they're younger than are we, and they're working hard at building their business.
Well, they're the perfect ones to do it because they understand what that younger group is looking for, too. And so it's, I never drive by there and see an empty parking lot. So clearly what they're doing is working.
No, exactly.
I like it. So then how do you take that momentum and bring it south to the downtown area?
A little different. It's a little different momentum. I think City Council's #1 priority right now, and has been for a couple of years, is creation of a destination for entertainment and living downtown. You heard me say it earlier. And really our celebration of what joins all of us, our greatest asset, the Mississippi River. Bettendorf has not had a downtown. We're well aware of that. We're working hard to join our friends in the other Quad Cities to create a spot uniquely Bettendorf that fits as a puzzle piece into this wonderful landscape we call the Quad Cities. We really want to work with the landowners down there, and we're getting closer every day. So that's something that unfortunately we can't necessarily control because we don't own the ground that surrounds the casino. That's really the big piece that we call Riverfront. But we've been working with the Goldstein family. We've been looking forward to seeing something in the near future. Our fingers are crossed that they're still on the path that they suggest they might be on so that we can get there.
Certainly positive movement going on down there, and you can see that. We talked about needing housing for this younger group of people that are moving in, but we also pride ourselves on diversity. So when we're talking about diversity, I got to come back and talk about Mercado on 5th.
Yes.
And tell me what it brings to the Quad Cities that we've been missing before it really developed into what it is.
It really has, on its own accord, become a cool place. And it also is a place that celebrates inclusion. You have people from a very diverse cultural background that enjoy the same space and share it together. So it really is a beautiful thing.
I like seeing it, and I like hearing about all the fun stuff that's going on down there as well. And then you guys continue to grow in your own right. You're looking for new things, I would guess, every day. So tell me, as we start to look forward to that bridge being completed, what's Moline going to be when it's fully grown?
I think that's a good question, and I think it's a question that we're working closely with the mayor and council of the city of Moline to embark on really a community-based process to kind of identify what that vision is. So if you want to think about it in two different ways, we have public spaces that could potentially be created by the physical presence of the new bridge. There are also development sites that are created. So there's a significant development site that will be created just at the foot of the bridge. So when you exit on River Drive, there's probably a 5-acre site that will be available for development. So I think planning for that development site will be a really critical piece of the work that we're doing under the policy direction of the mayor and council. So I think the mayor and council have made it clear that this is, a community-based process, and that's the expectation going in. So we're really looking forward to being a part of the conversation.
It's great. Jeff, if you had to pick one thing that you really want to see happen for Moline, what do you think that would be?
Well, I think Alex really covered a good swath of it. She's with Renew Moline and along with City Council are doing an incredible and very thoughtful and considered job of establishing exactly how they're going to reactivate these 5 acres of potential development. Right. So if I could wave that magic wand, the development happens, and for what I do with the Moline Center, as soon as the development happens, I'll be here to step in to help program it. I think there's going to be an incredible amount of potential that can happen there in that I-74 realignment zone that we're working towards. It's not every day, certainly not even once in a lifetime, that 5 acres of development become reactivated right in your downtown. I'm losing my watch right now. That's what time it is. But I'm so excited. It's going to be fun to watch, and certainly the best really is yet to come for downtown Moline with all of this happening with the I-74 bridge project.
I'm loving the conversation, and we're not finished. We've got a financial guy here. We're going to talk to him about the finances behind all this stuff right after this break.
Local 4 News over coffee is brought to you by Made Right.
Hey, has anybody seen Dave Lavora lately?
Dave?
Yeah, Dave Lavora. Remember? He used to be on the radio. Dave!
Hey, I'm right here, back on the radio. Mornings on Newstalk 1420 WOC.
Sold it, sold it, sold it.
Attention farmers, investors, and equipment buyers. Absolute Iowa County Farm and Equipment Auction. Online and live auction Thursday, November 21st at 1 p.m. 731 acres of the top farmland in Iowa offered in 4 individual auctions. The Joseph Farm, 114 acres. The Knapp Farm, 111 acres. The Simmons Farm, 78.5 acres. And the Wilkinson Farm, 438 total acres. Also selling John Deere and Kubota tractors, combine, Cat D6D, dozer, and much more. Everything is selling regardless of price. Go to wilsonauctioneers.com.
Sold it, sold it, sold it.
Hey, has anybody seen Dave Lavora lately?
Dave?
Yeah, Dave Lavora. Remember? He used to be on the radio. Dave!
Hey, I'm right here, back on the radio. Mornings on Newstalk 1420 WOC.
Why are you dressed like a boy? I made the baseball team, so you are a boy.
Go get him.
Why don't you hit me with your best shot?
I heard your daughter's playing baseball. Isn't one weird kid in your family enough?
You get picked on all the time. How do you deal with it? I usually start by telling myself how much smarter I am than the person who's picking on me. But that won't work for you. Out!
A new Young Sheldon, tonight at 8/7 Central on CBS.
It's got to be made right. Morning, noon, or night, it's got to be made right. Made right.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too.
Yeah?
Yep. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like red.
Step up to GMC and get 20% below MSRP on this next-generation Sierra Crew Cab SLE, or get over $11,000 total value on this next-generation Sierra Crew Cab SLT. See your premier GMC dealer.
Advanced laser cataract surgery has arrived at Verdi Eye Clinic. We're setting new standards of precision, accuracy, and safety for the next generation cataract care in the Quad Cities. Call Verdi Eye Clinic for your cataract evaluation.
Put your weather knowledge to the test when you play Weather Trivia, weekdays at 5 on Local 4 News.
Business before the bridge, business during the bridge construction, business after the bridge, and all of this takes money. And I just happen to know a guy who knows a little bit about that, Dale Owen from a Center Credit Union. Dale, when you're hearing about all this new development and seeing it popping up, what's that say about the economic health of our community?
You know, certainly, it's, again, as has been mentioned, it's a very exciting time to do business in the Quad Cities in a multitude of ways. And, you know, one of the beautiful things about and just the collaboration of the business community in downtown. You know, it was wonderful work by many business leaders down there. You know, Nancy with the founder of the casino, Pat Ackenberry, Kevin Kellner, Don Keller with K&K, Michelle Blanc. I've started a dangerous term here, so if I miss anybody, please pipe in there, Jeff. Certainly Simon Bowie with Bowie Machine, Seth Rowland, you know, those initial people that kind of came together and beat the streets, knocked on doors and said, hey, you know, we got something special that we have an opportunity to build down here. It's going to take some dollars to do that. Let's come together, agree to pay more in tax. Oh my gosh, business community coming together, agreeing to pay more for the betterment of the downtown and the district that we're going to create. So Ryan Janzi led that initiative, did an outstanding job. That collaboration with the chamber, and again, the beautiful collaboration within our entire community. We had great examples in Moline, Rock Island, Davenport, of organizations that work very effectively together, and we're like, gosh, that would serve our downtown in a beautiful way too, and we want to be a part of that. So proud to be associated with that great group.
You talk about the business owners as well, and I know that you guys have talked about this as well. And you know, I hadn't really thought about that, Mayor, until you said it. But it is especially cool that they're seizing the opportunities where they're seeing new growth, but I'm pretty happy that I've got a coffee hound 5 minutes either direction I want to go right now.
We're glad you are happy, Mike. That's why we came here today.
I knew that was it.
5:30 in the morning,
Yeah,
just for you.
I appreciate that,
Yes,
I do.
sir.
But it's showing that they're continuing to invest, not just redirecting their dollars.
And I think that's a great point. And I think it is community-wide. We see it all over the Quad Cities, that those who are having some success, like the folks right here at Made Right, have several different locations and continue to reinvest in the community. They're doing that because they love the community, but let's be honest, they're doing it because they're making money. And as Dale indicated, this is a great time to be investing in the Quad Cities. There are a lot of people, those entrepreneurs that we talked about earlier near the TBK Sports Complex and through our downtowns that are, including Mercado and Fifth and all the great things you're doing with entrepreneurs. It's a great time to invest in the Quad Cities, and we're real pleased to be part of that.
Well, here in Iowa, we do believe if you build it, they will come.
That's right.
And so far, they are. Should we knock on wood at this point?
I think we're okay with this one. If you're talking about TBK, it's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's going to continue to happen. Yep.
Any sneak peek into what's going to happen there next?
On the ground itself?
Yeah.
We got a couple projects coming up. You can unveil. Jeff's our economic guy, development guy. He's been doing all this hard work.
I love putting Jeff on the spot.
Yeah. No, it's totally fine. So there is some developable land still there. There are a couple of nice office products that are coming as well. So as you're on Forest Grove Road, there's Enterprise Rent-A-Car is going to have a corporate training facility there, which is great. It's not a retail location. It's actually a training facility. So you're going to be able to put some heads in beds on the weeknights in the hotel, which is a really cool thing. We weren't ever worried about the weekends. You know you're going to have the kids out there on the weekends, but being able to fill those hotel rooms with a business opportunity on the weeknights is cool. There is a new brewery. We're going from 0 breweries in Bettendorf to having a multitude of breweries. There's another one coming out there as well. So that will probably open here in the spring. And then it's just going to continue to go. There's the potential for a second hotel on that site. There's a pad for that right up by the soccer fields. So there's going to be continued growth and development. And as the mayor said, we still have 3 other corners of that interchange that are coming, and I wouldn't be surprised if they start to pop pretty darn quick.
I noticed that you looked at me when he said multiple breweries.
I was just thinking if we wanted to meet at 5:30 p.m., we've got some options.
Local 4 news over beer. The conversation's going to be more colorful, but it's not going to be nearly as productive. I can guarantee you that. But this conversation's going to continue in just a little bit.
Thanks, Mike. We appreciate it. Here this morning, we are starting off nice and chilly outside for a lot of us, and some of us, not so much. It's 19 in Galena. I want to bundle up tight there, but in the metro area, 30 degrees, 32 in Muscatine. That cloud cover in some spots a little more on the thick side, and that just acts like a nice blanket, bringing in all that heat and just keeping it trapped. And I do use heat loosely from yesterday. We didn't have a ton of it. With the winds this morning, it does feel like the teens to 20s outside, but still, that's almost 20 degrees better than what it felt like yesterday. It felt like the single digits. So we're moving in the right direction. Still kind of a gloomy morning with the cloud cover out there. Unfortunately, that's not going to go anywhere this morning, but slowly should clear out for us today. It is going to be a cold day. About 18 degrees below normal. But the best part about the forecast here is that the winds are going to be a lot more calm than yesterday, plus the sunshine returns this afternoon. So really should be much better for us here at that point. 40s return tomorrow, pretty comfortable through the next week or so. We'll stay in the 40s, and also comes with minimal precipitation as well. Only a slight chance for some rain, snow Sunday, maybe a chance by next week too, but even then, not expecting a whole lot of accumulation. So a pretty dry forecast and hopefully warm enough to melt all of this early season snow. Today, the lower 30s. I don't think we're going to see a lot of melting. Snow might melt a little bit this afternoon, or sunshine that is, might melt a little bit, but it does warm up quite a bit by tomorrow. We jump up to 40. Winds kind of come more out of the south. We get that sunshine. It should be comfy. Partly cloudy Saturday. Sunshine rolls right on, still in the lower 40s, but technically that's still below average. We are supposed to be in the right around 50 range here this time of year. And then by Sunday, more clouds do build right back in with a mixture of rain and snow. In the forecast, at this point in the 40s, I expect the majority of that to be rain, and any snow that we get, minimal accumulation, really. We are looking at plenty of cloud cover out here this morning. That cloud cover going to stick with us through about the midday, and then we'll turn partly cloudy and then mostly sunny this afternoon. Winds just coming out of the north to keep temperatures from getting any warmer than yesterday. Temperature-wise, we'll look at temperatures getting back to the 40s, like I said, tomorrow, and Staying there for a while. Winds out of the south helping with that this weekend as that high pressure pushes off toward the east. 32 today, and then tonight we're going to fall back down to the teens. The clear skies outside allow all that heat to escape from the atmosphere, so 17 will be the low. Temperature-wise, we climb up to 45 by next Tuesday. I think that's where temperatures are going to peak for us. Enjoy that while it lasts. It should cool down by the end of next week. Time now 6:43. You're watching Local 4 News.
Local 4 News over coffee is brought to you by Made Right.
The season for getting together is here, which means it's high time for pie time. Order the official best pie in America at villageinn.com.
The Dish voice remote just got even more powerful. Why'd we put so much technology in there?
You don't think I've watched a lot of football? You want to put a little wager on it? Bet.
So you can settle that bet without ever taking your eyes off the game.
How many D1 football teams are there?
What you do with that power?
Oh, it's gotta hurt.
Well, that is totally up to you.
Don't look so sad, man. Come on, we're having fun.
New Dish voice remote with the Google Assistant. Dish, tuned into you.
It's time to freshen up your home with some new furniture from Peterson Hagee Furniture. For your living room, dining room, and bedroom, we have a variety of styles to choose from, such as Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, Broyhill, and more. So spruce up your living room with a new sofa or recliner, or update your dining room with a new table. For the bedroom, we have a wide selection of dressers, chests, beds, and mattresses to choose from. Peterson Hagee Furniture, helping you create the home you've always dreamed of. Located in Clinton and DeWitt.
It's got to be made right. Morning, noon, or night, it's got to be made right, made right.
Get the latest weather conditions with the Our Quad Cities app whenever you need them, so you don't get caught by surprise.
Got a Go For It challenge for Jay? Submit it on OurQuadCities.com. Then watch Local 4 News at 10 on Mondays to see Jay go for it.
The son of immigrants who came here seeking the American dream, Andrew Yang. His parents taught him about hope and hard work, a leader in education. Andrew Yang, the founder of Venture for America, a nonprofit that helped create thousands of jobs. President Obama named Andrew a champion of change, and his ideas are a blueprint for a new way forward. An economy where big tech and Wall Street are held accountable. A healthcare system with Medicare for all that takes on drug companies to lower prices. A fight against climate change that confronts big polluters.
We have to rewrite the rules of the 21st century so that they work for us.
Andrew Yang, parent, patriot, not a politician. A new leader who understands that what's coming is the greatest economic transformation in history and who can lead us in the fight for the future that we want. For President Andrew Yang, a new way forward.
I'm Andrew Yang, and I approve this message.
WHBF is local for Coal Valley and local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Redrick Terry.
And I'm Alexandria Camoni. Thanks for waking up with us on Local 4 News this morning. A search is on this morning for 4 of 5 minors who escaped from a detention home in Galesburg.
Yeah, they escaped from the Mary Davis detention last night. One of them made it back to Davenport, but they are now back in custody. The other 4 are still on the run. We're working to find out how they escaped. The detention center has minors from 19 counties who are convicted of or charged with a felony and awaiting trial. A legal fight over a confession takes center stage in the case of the man accused of killing 20-year-old Molly Tibbetts last year. Christian Bahana Rivera was in court yesterday. Prosecutors say he confessed to the murder. The hearing revolved around whether it'll be admitted into evidence during the trial. Rivera's attorneys argued that he was coerced into it and that the officers didn't read Rivera all of his legal rights. That trial is scheduled to start in February.
Switching gears, this extreme cold weather is leaving many homeless people around the Quad Cities with no place to go. A big reason why winter shelters aren't open yet.
And we spoke with Army veteran Alf Fisher. He tells us he stayed outside when the temperatures dipped into single digits. Local 4's Zachary Winicky has more now on how the shelters are trying to keep up with demand.
Do the best you can and survive if you can.
Winter can be a hard season for anyone, but even more so when you have no place to go.
I'm all right with what I've got at the moment, but if we get some of them temperatures like we did last year, you know, negative 30 degrees, I want someplace inside. Even my tent's not going to be good enough.
And there are places for people to go here in the Quad Cities, but
all of our shelters in the Quad Cities run at capacity year-round.
Add in more demand during the cold months, and you have a problem.
Shelter period is really needed a lot for a lot of people out here. I'm not the only one, that's for sure.
There is help on the way, though.
There's an overflow shelter that is due to open on December the 1st through King's Harvest Ministry. And that is needing support right now to fund it.
Despite the lack of funds, the overflow shelter was able to have an emergency opening just one night this week. And December 1st is still a couple weeks away, and it will not be warming up anytime soon. So that creates another problem.
We have this gap now between what we do now, between November 12th and December 1st.
So other organizations are trying to fill in that gap. Humility Homes is one of those places. They've been letting in more people. And St. Anthony's Church, though not a shelter, is also pitching in.
We have people that come to us, and if they're not people who are long-term homeless, they're asking us, how do I do it? Can I have a sleeping bag? And so we give out tons of sleeping bags here, winter coats, blankets. That's probably the biggest thing that we give out here.
There is a bigger goal in mind.
Quad Cities will not need an emergency winter shelter in 5 years.
But right now, they're focused on getting the money and volunteers to get people through this winter.
Winnicky reporting. Now, King's Harvest has raised about 2/3 of the money it needs to provide services while it's open from December 1st to April 15th. Donations can be made to the Scott County Housing Council on 3rd Street. You can find all that information and how to donate at ourquadcities.com.
Well, this morning, there are growing concerns that vaping products will still end up in the hands of kids. Illinois State Police released the results of their recent sting, busting retailers who were selling vaping products to people under 21. 6 retailers in Springfield were caught selling the products to underage customers, but none of them were brick-and-mortar vaping shops. Now, owners of actual brick-and-mortar shops and lawmakers voted against the bill amendment, saying tougher enforcement may be a better solution rather than all-out ban. Time now is 6:49. Kindness is the focus this week at Local 4 News.
It is how we're honoring Happy Joe Whitty. Special needs kids had a big place in Joe's heart. They're a big part of Joe's joy. Whitty started the Happy Joe's Kids Foundation that supports organizations working with special needs kids and their families. Organizations like Gigi's Playhouse. Its goal is to change the way the world views Down syndrome. Michelle Hughes is the founder of Gigi's Playhouse in the Quad Cities. Her son Nathan was born with Down syndrome. He died when he was 3 years old. Gigi's Playhouse is her way of preserving Nathan's legacy. Now, Gigi's Playhouse is always looking for volunteers. We provided more information about how to do that at ourquadcities.com. And we want to spread more positivity on Local 4 News with your stories of kindness. Let us know if you see a good deed or if you did one yourself. Post it on Twitter with the hashtag Joy4Joe, that's the number 4, or on Instagram. Tag us at WHBF-TV. Let Happy Joe inspire you to be kind and spread it in the community. So important. We look forward to seeing what you guys have in store.
Oh, for sure. Definitely the week. Not only does this week spread kindness, but every single day.
Yes.
It's important, and you can really make somebody stay.
Absolutely. All right, coming up next, city leaders and business owners give their final thoughts on the impact the new I-74 bridge will have on our area.
You're watching Local 4 News this morning. Time now, 6:51.
Portions of Local 4 News are brought to you by Honda.
It's real Black Friday savings, real sign and drive offers at Smart Toyota. Like on the 2019 RAV4 LE, 0 down lease for $339 a month. You don't have to put $2,000, $3,000, or even $4,000 down. Real Black Friday savings are only at Smart Toyota.
Morning, noon, or night, it's got to be made right. Made right at the Made Right Diner. We're waiting for you. We got breakfast, lunch, and dinner too. And it's got to be made right. It's always fresh, it's always fun, and there's something here for everyone. And it's got to be made right. Morning, noon, or night, it's got to be made right. Made right.
Free basic install on all Bosch dishwashers. Zeglin's has Black Friday pricing on all appliances and mattresses today. Don't miss the Black Friday savings on all Whirlpool and GE appliances going on now. Avoid the chaos on the 29th and spend time with your family. Zeglin's, your hometown, our hometown.
If you really want Black Friday savings, get to Smart Toyota today. Don't be fooled by those low payments with thousands due at signing. Drive a new 2019 Highlander. 0 down, $461 a month. No down payment and no hidden fees. Real Black Friday savings are at Smart Toyota today.
For the Record is a weekly program focused on the issues important to you. Jim Needleman starts the conversation about what's happening in the political arena. Sundays at 10:30 on Local 4.
Now at Menards, save big money on your next project and get 11% off everything. Update the look of your home with Moen products. This Hilliard bathroom faucet comes in a spot-resist brushed nickel finish. Only $88.11 after 11% off. This Lodi kitchen sink kit includes a pull-down faucet with matching soap dispenser. Just $310.61 after 11% off. Save big money in all of your updates and get 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
If something's important to you, wouldn't you wanna give those important somethings Culligan water? For Culligan can make water softer and cleaner. Culligan water makes green beans green beanier. Washers for dishes, washers for clothes, give the Culligan treatment to those.
It's got to be made right. Morning, noon, or night, it's got to be made right, made right.
Get news anytime on OurQuadCities.com. UHBF is local for Bluegrass and local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Welcome back at 6:54 now on this Thursday. We are wrapping up our conversation this morning over the impacts the I-74 bridge is having on the Quad Cities.
Yeah, and for that, we send it back out to Local 4 News Director Mike Mickle. Mike.
The conversation has been great this morning, and we want to wrap things up. And as we do, we want to continue to talk about just some of the exciting things that are going on around here. What's next for Mercado and Bibb?
We are planning our season already, so we have some big name bands that are coming next year. We hope to host another event at the Tax Layer, and then new businesses, expansion of our existing businesses. 2 of those have started a brick and mortar store. 2 have opened new locations, so we look forward to more businesses and more attendees next year.
You know, we're talking about diversity, but we're also talking about business growth as well,
yes,
and people finding their passion and being able to go out on their own and do something different.
Mercado has created an ecosystem to really offer that support to get people past that first step, and in partnering with many Quad City organizations, it's been very successful.
All right. Mayor, I don't think you ever sleep, so what do you have planned next? What's next for Bettendorf?
Well, I think that we'll continue to see Bettendorf grow in terms of residential housing, right? I mean, our great school districts have continued to bring people to the city, but I think the next big thing you'll see is some work on the riverfront. As we talked about, I think that's our #1 goal. We really want to create that destination in downtown Bettendorf as a puzzle piece that fits in to the rest of the Quad Cities, celebrating our greatest asset, that Mississippi River.
Jeff, so much has happened in Bettendorf.
Yeah.
But what's missing? What do we still need?
A new bridge would be great.
You know, that's under construction.
We're working there. Now, honestly, Mike, I think the next big thing on the horizon for the Iowa Quad Cities is connectivity. Connectivity in the form of fiber and 5G technology and capacity, and I think you're going to see a lot of infrastructure continue to be built out this coming winter and spring, and we're going to have fiber to the home coming next spring, summer, which is a pretty fantastic thing for businesses and residents. So.
Okay. We love downtown Moline and what's happening there. What do you want to see next?
Well, I think we want to continue to focus on our redevelopment area in the I-74. And when the old bridge comes down, 13 acres of, a great deal of property will be freed up for development. And so continuing to focus with the city on what the future for that area is. We're just super excited. It's such a unique opportunity. And really, as Jeff said earlier, it's a once in a lifetime. So we won't get the opportunity to recreate our front door to downtown in the Moline community. So we're super excited about working on that.
We're down there on a regular basis for a variety of reasons, Jeff. But, we've talked about the unique events that you're already having down there. Certainly having the Tax Layer Center doesn't hurt things either, because you've got crowds coming on a regular basis.
Yeah, I mean, tonight, Slayer is playing the Tax Slayer Center, which is super rad. But we got that going on. But in addition to that, another thing that's literally right in front of us is the lighting on the Commons. It's not this weekend, but the following weekend. It is a free family event. I encourage everybody to attend the Festival of Trees Parade in the morning in downtown Davenport, and then from there, transition over to downtown Moline. We are going to have so many pieces of programming, free horse and carriage rides, multiple performers, Ballet Folklorio is going to be playing. There's going to be a hip-hop dance group that's going to be dancing to hip-hop Christmas music, literally tens of thousands of Christmas lights, fireworks. It is the perfect way to kick off the holiday season. So, viewers, please, on November 23rd, between the hours of 3:30 to 6, come to downtown Moline, come to the John Deere Commons, and help us celebrate the lighting on the Commons.
I love it. We got about 15 seconds left. I'm going to let you go to Slayer. I'm going to go to lighting on the Commons.
Well, real quick, again, to build a community, it takes a community, and we're very welcoming in downtown Bettendorf. One of the greatest things you'll get if you decide to come down there and invest, with the other business owners there, is that business community, and you have that in so many other of the great downtowns that we have, and we built that already there. Also, a plug for downtown. You may already know this if you're looking to build a house. Everything you need to build a home is in downtown Bettendorf, from financing to buying the materials to all the great collaborators to fill the home with beautiful things. So come on down and check that out if you haven't already. Kick the tires.
Y'all came here to join us for this hour-long broadcast, and they didn't realize that we're still going to continue the conversation online as soon as we say goodbye here. So we're going to talk more about that coming up on OurQuadCities.com. But right now, let's send it back to the studio.
All right, Mike, thanks so much. Great discussion out there. And one last check at that forecast. Here's Ash.
Thank you, Redrick. This morning it is chilly outside again. 32 degrees, really only going to be the high temperature today because of those north winds, but we get more sunshine and the winds should be pretty light. Temperature-wise, 40s all the way through a lot of next week. Eventually maybe dropping back down to the 30s, so enjoy the 40s while they last. We'll keep a close eye on the mixed precipitation potential for Sunday.
A lot of 40s on the board. We like that.
We do. We definitely do. I'm ready for that, for sure.
Absolutely. All right, thanks for joining us for Local 4 News this morning. CBS This Morning's up next. We'll have more local news and Ash on Fox 18.
All right, we'll be right back here in 26 minutes.
Follow Local 4 News 24 hours a day on OurQuadCities.com. Hairstyles provided by Infinity Salon and Spa.